Humans are curious people and like to dissect things and make theories about everything.
1986年猫箱を勝手に妄想する。
未来世界にはありとあらゆる解釈が存在します。それらは私たちが否定しない限り、全てが全て真実だと言い張り、この島に居座り続けるのです。
A giant meteor crushed the island, killing everyone. That could be an honest theory. Oh my god. There literally is infinite amount of ways I could explain this. Oh my god, I could. You could make the whole argument of a meteor destroying the entire island. Ava just happened to find the golden Gotoku Adorian at the time. It wasn't a bomb that went off, it was just a giant meteor that didn't go reported for. Oh my god. Small bombs. A nuclear bomb goes off. There's so many possibilities. Probably forming up to, you know, siege. Oh, they're just eating the grass. Probably the rose garden. The crowd of goats were swarming around and doing something. Throw a can out there. Goats love cans. If you look closely, you could see them sticking their heads into the rose bushes and munching away. And it wasn't just rose bushes. Light poles, bricks of the flower beds, and even the stones paving itself. They were biting all of it. Almost as if they're trying to eat up the whole island. They're growing. Consuming? Ravaging? That's not how you're supposed to play.
誰もが今日の私たちは惨劇に飲み込まれたと信じてる。だから彼らは和やかに過ごす私たちの真実を認めないの。
I like that, and then Kendo accidentally in a drunken stupor switched on the bomb switch and boom, everyone died. How about that?
過去の真実、未来の真実の前に、あのヤギたちは無慈悲なる未来の顎と牙を。我らの真実を認めず、彼らの期待する真実で侵食する。
You know, I might adopt that truth for myself. Everyone had a great fucking time. Kenzo, being a drunk fool, was showing everyone the gold and said, "Hell, this is the switch that kills everyone." It was 11:59. He showed everyone this, flipped it, immediately turns to 12. Everyone blows up. That's what happened. Or it was a complete malfunction and it just ended up blowing up on accident. You know? Oops. Bolt of lightning and short circuits sends a shot to go to the bombs and it ignites it. You know? Something like that could have happened. Who knows? Everything's nice and happy. No misfortune. Oh god. Ugh. I don't need to see those things. The garden outside the window was now filled with too many goats to count, all chewing away. This repulsive scene stole the words from everyone's lips. They weren't just stunned into silence. There was just no point in making a fuss and letting the goats know for no reason. No point in letting them know that there was plenty of prey waiting in this bright, warm room. Prey that was softer and easier to chew than roses and bricks. Or bricks. No, don't worry. As long as you don't move, they won't see you. See, Genji understands. They sense fear. Now just kick it. They saw one of the newly born goats' head slowly turn toward the window. There was already a huge swarm of them in the garden, so it was no surprise that when one of them looked away around for new prey, it would see the light from this window. Its immense, eerie body slowly approached. As it grew closer, they could finally see it clearly. The eyes blazed and yet were still cold, ruthless, and reptilian. Wouldn't they look like goats, though? The cruel fangs and jaw could tear apart and crush anything. Any fangs that could chew through bricks would hardly have a problem chewing through people. I don't know, your femur is as strong as concrete. I think concrete's a little stronger than a brick. I mean, I don't know, it depends. Maybe through your hand it wouldn't be too much of an issue. Its massive body had to be taller than the window themselves. And it was lumbered towards this window. Just fire!
この窓は実は後宮家特注の防弾ガラスだということを。
You're the game master.
防弾程度であの巨体の剛腕が防げるとは思えぬぞ。
I think you're really underestimating bulletproof glass.
うわー来た来たかけてくる
Just pull out a gun and shoot him. I mean, you act like the Ushirimiya family doesn't have a load of guns. Oh, I thought it was going to be a runaway.
この窓を許すことなきなりと知りたてまつれ。
I wouldn't trust Cornelia on windows. The power of Cornelia's seal formed a shield around the glass. The goat was blown back, unable to even touch the glass because of this power. Its weight made the earth tremble. They could feel that clearly even inside. But that tremor had also drawn the attention of nearby goats. A pack of goats started shuffling towards them, and a fight broke out as they charged forward, trying to reach this new prey first. The window protected by Cornelia's seal would probably be safe. However, there were many windows in the great hall. For the first time, those windows became a source of terror instead of sunlight and a lovely view.
ガートルード
金系この窓を許すことなきなりと知りたてまつれ。
Gertrude sealed another window. The goats trying to break in through that one were thrown back. But at the same time, they heard the crash of yet another window being smashed. Scattering fragments of glass everywhere, the massive goats broke through the window frame and entered the building. We've been breached! Go to stop him. Yeah, you go, Carls, box him to death. Those words really were coming from the goat's mouth, along with the steaming foul breath. However, it didn't get a chance to say any more. Thank you. Forehead, neck, and shoulder, chest, side cut, knee. The stakes of the seven sisters buried themselves in deep, one after another.
なんてごつくてまずい貫き心地。こんなまずい連中何匹も食ってらんないわ。
Well, the good news for you, you have to do more. The other windows shattered one after another and several goats squeezed their way through the window frames. I mean, it's a nice bottleneck. Their mouths were just still stuffed with bricks they had just snacked on. Each time they chewed, it made a ghastly sound like bones being crushed.
撃退します
シエスタ隊近接戦闘準備。
Request access to use your red sword, please, and start cutting.
待ちなドンパチやってもさらに騒ぎで他のヤギたちを呼び寄せちまうだけだ
Will, what do you think's gonna happen when another one falls over?
2階へ逃れるのだ。
I mean, well, it would be a nice choke point for all of them having to funnel up the stairs.
階段を封印すれば時間も稼げよう。
みんな大階段を上がれ
Look, I'd just start firing. I mean, come on, fuck it.
急げ
After sniffing noisily as though scanning the smells around them, the goats started chewing on whatever chairs, tables, or curtains were close by. The goats would chew anything to bits as long as it was near them. If the others were careful not to attract the goats' attentions, they would be able to escape from this place. The humans ran on ahead up to the second floor, while the fantasy creatures who were used to fighting guarded the rear. The goats were completely absorbed by their feast on everything in the hall. How uncivilized. By now they were even brutally chewing away at the portrait of Beatrice, which might be called the symbol of the whole Ushimiya family.
バトラー、人間は全員2階へ避難したぞ。
よし、ドラノール、すべての階段の封印を頼む。
I thought there was only one.
ガートルードたちが行います。しかし時間稼ぎが必要です。
All over the mansion there were loud beating sounds that could be called knocks, and the sound of shattering glass.
さて皆さん、お仕事の時間でございます。
煉獄の7姉妹、ここに。さあ行くよお前たち。
I mean, I think when addressing the magical people, I think you could just call ladies, because I think there's one male, maybe two.
今夜は食い放題だわ。
I mean, come on now.
シエスタタイ、外部タスク、オールスリープ、自動更新切断、データは取るな、捕虜は取るな。
Damn Windows updates.
第7管区アイゼルネ・ユングフラウ、領主命令により任務を開始します。
助立ちするぜ。リオン、お前は足手まといだ。
Yeah, get out of
2
here.
階へ上がってろ。
でもウィル、
You have no offensive capabilities.
ここは私たちに任せ、あなたには家族を守るという仕事がありますよ。
I mean, you're essentially human.
わかりました。皆さん、ご無事で。
The mansion was filled with the sounds of knocking, crushing, smashing, and chewing. The goats in their wave of destruction was drawing steadily closer.
バトラ卿、ガートルードたちが別階段の封鎖を完了しました。
Good.
残る階段はこの大階段だけです。
I didn't even know there were other ones. Why did Natsui use that one and go upstairs, instead of going through the main hall? She should have gone up one of the side staircases. Because I thought that was the only reason she went up the main staircase. Strange.
あっちの階段はちっちゃいから早いわね。でもこの階段は大きいから時間をかけそうね。
Yeah, I can tell.
時間稼ぎが大変だわ。
Lambda Delta spoke as though it was someone else's problem. It only took a glance at her face to see that she had no intention of lending a hand. Yeah, she's busy. She can't be bothered with this kind of stuff. This is menial labor shit. Just for the help. Even so, Beata didn't scold her. This was a game between Battler and Angie. Lambda Delta was only a theater goer who had been invited. I just want to eat my popcorn.
今日もに食われたら私だって死んじゃうわ。悪いけど私は傍観者に回らせてもらうわ。
I don't blame you in the slightest. I wouldn't want to get my hands dirty with shit that doesn't involve me.
もとより、そなたは傍観者だ。助力を頼めぬのは残念だがな。
I mean, you can ask, I just won't give it.
気を使ってんだろ。俺たちの見せ場を奪わないために。
そういうことにしておきましょう。
As a Voyager witch, Lambda Delta could retreat from this game board of battlers if she wanted to. Oops. In other words, she was the only one who wasn't in trouble now.
じゃあね。ベルンとあんたたちのゲーム見届けさせてもらうわ。
I appreciate it.
応援してるからね。
Thank you.
ポップコーンを食べながら。
Of course.
もちろん。今日は醤油バター味にするわ。
Lambda Delta vanished with a pop. Jesus. As soon as she did, a black hole opened up in midair and Gap fell out of it.
バトラ、リーチェ、ちょっと来てくれる？
I'm a little busy,
多
what?
分見た方がいいものよ。
今すぐにか。
ええ。行こうぞ。みんな、ここを頼むぞ。
I just got this home theater installed. I want you guys to look at it. I swear to God. When Gap snapped her fingers, a large hole opened up under Battler and Beato and swallowing them both. When it spat them back out again, they were in an inky black sky. Both of them were floating in the night sky. They could see Rokenjima far beneath them. And as soon as they realized this, they shuddered.
これは
群れじゃねえ。こりゃ海だな。
I hope there are a bunch of goats in the water trying to, like, climb out of it. It was no longer a crowd of goats, but an entire sea of them. Just as Rokinjima poked out from the ocean, the mansion was now poking out from a sea of goats.
未来人ってすごいの。一体この島での惨劇をどれだけ大勢が妄想したというのかしらね。猫箱の外の寝言に過ぎぬわ。一掃してくれようぞ。それからあれを見て分かりにくいと思うけど、海岸線を見て。
海岸線？
船着き場が分かりやすいわ。よく見て分かる。まさか。
ああ、多分そのあいつら食ってやがるんだ。
They're eating the sand?
島ごとだ。
God, that would take them centuries.
おいでなさい、未来のかけらたち。虚飾を幻想をまやかしをすべて食らい尽くしちゃえば。
Well, do you know how, honest to God, how long that would take? I don't care how many goats there are. That would take forever. As Ava yelled this to the heavens, hovering above the raging sea, hail fell down with a pale glow. Each one was a bottle with no label and a fragment inside. They poured onto the island, were smashed to bits, and the fragments inside them scattered everywhere. Hey, maybe we want to stop her. Every now and then, the fragments would split in two, and then split in two again, and every single one of them burst and gave birth to a massive goat. To say it was like bamboo shoots, springing up after the rain, would be a vast understatement. The goats writhing about like bubbling, boiling water in a pot. They ate away at everything they saw. They didn't just eat the harbor, but the trees and rocks, the entire coastline itself. Hundreds, thousands, no tens of thousands of goats continue to eat. They're chewing away at every bit of Rokinjima of this final game that Battler had prepared. Rude. God, I haven't missed that laugh. God, it's that time of the episode where I say I'd rather deal with Erica than Ava. Trust. Oh, God. And before Erica just magically descends out of the sky and starts talking with her. I don't care what Angie wants. Fuck her truth. I want my truth. By now, Battler and the others had to admit it. The future wanted a tragedy, even if the truth of this island had been a gentle, peaceful thing. I don't want a tragedy! I'd rather a peaceful, gentle stuff. Fuck a tragedy. The future didn't want that. I do. I don't see why everyone wants hateful things. I just want nice, happy shit. Fuck this. This is the night. I like the other half. Actually, I want to see if Angie's been updated. Hey, she hasn't. Oh wait, yeah. The witch who rules over the future in the year 1998. She stands completely on the outside of the cat box, making her entirely different from all the other witches. Just what will she find in this final game? The Witch of Truth was successfully revived from the depths of oblivion. She is an enigma, a witch who is also a detective and a human. Once again, she will serve her master Burn and her scheming. Ava Beatrice. The witch who returned to life in the legend of the witch serial murders, inheriting the name of Beatrice. She uses the Ava culprit theory to refute all of the theories regarding the cat box exist. At the same time, she can use the Ava culprit theory to create endless tragedies with herself as the culprit. Perhaps she could also be called the lid, separating the inside and the outside of the cat box. Of course, she knows what's inside the cat box. She's a witch who controls miracles. Also, she's determined to destroy the illusion of the witch, and even now that Beato's game board has fulfilled its function, her determination remains just as strong. She's known as the Mika of the Lady Aurora, and rumor has it that this backing has given her a considerable influence in the Senate. She is the Senate! Lambda Delta invited as a guest to the final game by Territory Lord and his wife. At times in the past, she has interfered with the game board along with Burn, but now she remains in a neutral, acting as an imposing, impartial observer. She's known for having many famous friends from various fields, but the fact that Burn is the one of those is something that should be noted with awe. I think, nothing new. Goddamn owl. The truth they wanted was painting over the past.
儚いものよ。猫箱さえも食い破る。
なんて奴らなんだ。俺たちはそんなにも惨劇にぶち込みたいっての。
I'm not. I want to throw you into a nice, happy time. Well, most of you. George can fucking die in a fire, but everyone else is fine.
私が見せたかったのはこれでおしまい。戦況の判断に役立ったならいいんだけど。
ああ、ありがとう。おかげで最悪の気分だ。
じゃあ次は書斎に行ってちょうだい。ゴールドスミスが呼んでるわ。
God damn it, Kenzo. Gam snapped her fingers, another black hole swallowed them up and spat them out in the study.
ない。ガープめ。落とすならベッドの上にしろというのだ。
じい様、まずいぜ。俺たちは完全に逃げ場なしだ。
分かっておる。そしてこのまま立てこもってやり過ごすこともかなう。
ロノウェたちはある程度の時間を稼ぐだろうが、それも一時だろう。
To Kuadorian, and hopefully there's a boat there. If they just holed up in the mansion and fought from there, it would only be a matter of time before the swarm of goats got them. Trying to repel a few of the goats who barged into the mansion would be like using a cup to bail water from a boat with a hole in it. Eventually you'll finish off the sea.
それも時間の問題よ。
I mean, that's the best option we've got so far.
その防戦の間に何かの手を打たなきゃな。
Well, actually, no, the best option is to destroy Avatress. Because once you destroy her, you stop, like, goats from being, you know, spawned in. Once that stops, then it's just a matter of time until you whittle down all the ones that are there. Either way, you have to stop her from creating any new ones.
逃げるか。どこへ。
Well, or you could just get a boat and leave.
ゲーム版の外へ逃げる方法はあるのか。
ゲーム版の外は我らの領地の外側よ。航海者の魔女でなければ出ることはかなわぬ。
As you see Lambda Delta cruising away. Only Burn and Lambda Delta could do it. However, there was no way Burn would help. Even Lambda Delta had already announced that she would be an observer instead of lending a hand.
逃げ場なしか。
いや、一箇所だけある。
どこに。
黄金鏡だ。
Oh yeah, that's also a thing.
なるほど。もはやそれしかあるまいか。
うん。黄金鏡はこのゲーム版の上で最も不可侵な場所だ。逃れるならそこしかあるまい。
猫箱すら食い破るやつらよ。黄金鏡とていつ食い破ってくるかわからないわね。どうするバトラよ。
I mean, we don't have many options.
即決する。決断が遅れれば全員を黄金鏡へ避難させよう。黄金鏡の扉を開くにはどうすればいい。
わらわが扉を開くだけのことよ。しかしあのヤギどもの群れが凄まじき半魔法の毒素を放っておる。扉が開くのには時間がかかるぞ。
And get to opening.
扉が開くまでこの書斎を死守しろってんだろ。やることは何も変わらね
え。もう一つ問題がある。黄金鏡の扉は外より二人で収めば閉じられる。
Well, I'll go down with the ship.
外より二人。どういうことだ。
As soon as he said this, Battler realized this must be an agreement made between the three witches who are one. Oh.
普段ならばわざわざ扉を閉めることもないのだがな。今回ばかりはそうもいかぬだろう。
扉を閉める役目はお前とベアとしかおるまいぞ。
漁師の俺とベアとは一番無難な人選だな。
I mean, we could have just chose anyone, yeah. I mean, I would have done it. I mean, fuck it. You go down with your ship.
我ら二人だけならば身を守ることもなんとかなろうぞ。
よし、扉を開けてくれ。
They had to wave their pipe, leaving a golden trail behind as she sliced the air vertically. Then the gap of the door to the golden lane appeared. It looked like nothing more than a thin golden string hanging from the ceiling. Start squeezing. If you look closely, you could see that the string was getting thicker very slowly. The door of the golden lane certainly was opening, but it's so slowly that you couldn't even tell if you weren't careful. At this rate, it would probably take quite some time before it grew big enough to let a person through.
じい様とガープはこの本丸の守りを頼む。
外壁をよじ登ってくるヤギどもが現れるかもしれんしな。
心得た。
Oh my god. Kenzo's gonna fly around the mansion, killing anything.
我がライフルは獲物を求めておるわ。
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Kenzo.
了解よ。
I'm surprised there's not a Kenzo holding a rifle. A sprite.
そいつらを奈落の穴に落として遊んでるわ。
Oh, hey, Will. A giant was slashed at an angle, split into two parts, then fell to the floor, showering it with filthy dark blood and guts.
お見事です。
次は譲ってやる。
Oh, hey. I've heard this music for like 20 minutes. Or 30, I should say. Countless massive goats which had forced their way from rooms and windows all across the mansion wandered about in search of something to chew. Several of the goats noticed that the group of people huddled around the staircase and lumbered closer, but they were pulverized by merciless attacks. Ronave's shields easily halted the charging goats, and Vergilia's magic spears were pinning the goats against the walls. Delanora and Will's blades were also slicing easily through the goats. The pinpoint strikes of the 7 stakes of Purgatory could pierce the vitals of and finish off any opponent, no matter how large. The Chichester sisters were holding their own too. They had blasted enough goats to bits with one shot from their high-caliber firearms so you couldn't count the kills with both hands. Given a limited number of opponents, they were more than a match for these goats. However, they weren't just up against a crowd, but an entire sea. It was like a pebble trying to face the approaching waves of a stormy sea. Keep firing!
方針交換急げ。煉獄隊にカバーを要請。
You will probably get it.
弾が切れたらただのウサギじゃない。情けない。
Yeah, they never run out.
7人がかりで一度に1匹しか殺せない文鎮どもに言われたくないに。
Hey, 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 watch your mouth. They do work, and they don't have to be replaced. They also don't get broken.
どんどんかかってらっしゃい。私たちを退屈させないで。
More than you can say about a certain one of your groups. The hall was filled with massive goat corpses. As if in fear of this sight, the goats that came in one after another formed a wall keeping their distance.
私たちにかなわないと思ってくれているのでしょうか。
それを期待したいところですが。
I mean, there's strength in numbers.
それは甘いようです。こいつら何なの？私たちを見て、ごそごそと喋り合ってるわ。
どうやら会話をして連携できる程度の知能があるよ。
All rush.